Yeah, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching this, when you'll be watching this video. And for my guests that are on board, good evening, good evening, good evening. I know, it's been a while. It's been a while. In fact, I can't even explain, why we've been off, but then it just happened. And the good thing is we are back and we are back to stay. So welcome to Wittychat Live. Welcome to Wittychat Live. And for those of you that are just joining, if you don't know what we do here, what we just do here, we just talk about real estate basically, have conversations with great minds, with experts in the industry. And my name is Promise Asogwa, and I'm your host for this session. So, Wittychat Live is proudly sponsored by Wittyville Properties Ltd. And Wittyville Properties Ltd is your go-to brand for landed properties, be it commercial, residential, and lands for farming. Wittyville got you. So, if you are looking into coming into real estate or you want to get lands for farming, whatever it is, just contact us via our social media handles or our WhatsApp. You know, we're everywhere. So today we're going to be having an amazing session because our guest is, one of the what should I say? I don't know if people know this this saying that they say, one of the bonds in this industry. But before we going into that, I want to leave a word or two and drop a very juicy information that you don't want to miss. So if you're looking into coming into real estate as a first time investor, or you're already an investor, and you're looking for an offer that will give you high returns, an offer that will give you passive income, an offer that you can pass down to your generations, that can make you create wealth massively, just gather here, because this thing I'm about to drop now, you don't want to miss it. So if you're just joining, if you're just, if you're watching me right now, share this live to your friends, your family, share, tell them say na here it is so that they don't miss this information and you don't miss it as well. All right, so Wittyville Properties Limited is having an offer on ground, and this offer is called Greenwealth by Wittyville Properties Limited. This offer was launched last month, October. It was launched last month, and guys, this offer is something that, in fact, you know that saying that says you don't have to buy land. You don't necessarily have to buy land where you like, especially if you're a first timer or you're just coming into you're just starting your land investment journey. You don't necessarily have to buy land where you like. You buy land where you will make money, so that you're able to have more returns to be able to afford land where you like. Now, this project offer was launched last month, and it was launched for 2 million naira to get an acre. Yes, you heard me right, an acre of land. Now, those people that had foresight in you know real estate, they grabbed this opportunity with their two hands. But if you know that you've not yet keyed into this offer, it's not late. The only thing now is that you have to pay or face the consequences of your, procrastination. So now this new month, we have it, because last month the 2 million naira was pre-launch price. This month is going for 2.7 million naira. See that the difference is not even still much. Yes, we love you people like that. So it's going for 2.7 million naira, and you can still, for an acre, still 2.7 million naira, and you can still spread your payments across 6 months. Yes, we have a flexible payment plan across 6 months in case you will not be able to pay outrightly. So you see, this property is located at Ashikpa in Obafemi Owode in Ogun State, Nigeria. So tell your friends, tell your families, tell anybody that you know that have been looking to secure land, that have been looking to key into real estate. This opportunity is for everybody. You won't see this offer anywhere. and we have a 5 year waiting plan for this offer. So you can just buy and wait until 5 years. It can even be lesser than that. You never can tell because with the way development is, fast growing in these places, hmm, you never can tell. So it's better you buy and wait and be among the people that will be smiling in the future than for you to be doubting now and be gnashing your teeth in the future. All right, all right, all right. So today with me, we are having, like I said, we're having a very wonderful personnel, a wonderful guest with us, and I'm going to be bringing him on the stage any moment from now. So brace up, brace up, brace up. Please, if you have not shared this live, you are wrong. Oh. You cannot be here and be getting information and be, we don't do gatekeeping over here. We don't do that over here. So please share to your friends, like, subscribe, most importantly, please. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Let us know that okay, oh, you like what we're doing here, you want to see more of what we're doing here, and that and that. Alright, so I'm going to bring in our guests now. Um to the stage now. Okay, I think our guest is ready. Hello, hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to
Hi,
Wittychat
good evening.
Live. Yeah,
Wow, what a
so
pleasure.
so how are you doing today? I hope you are good and I hope you are excited to be here with us today.
Super pumped up, trust me. I'm super excited. Yes, I'm really glad to be here. I'm
Amazing.
so happy and I'm doing great. It's been a wonderful run. Quite a very wonderful one. A very wonderful experience too. So yes, I'm so excited. I'm happy.
Okay.
How about you? How are you doing today?
I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm very well. Thank you so much.
I
Thank
can
you
see
so
for
much.
myself.
Thank you
Great
for
work you guys are doing at Wittyville. Yeah,
thank you
to be
so much.
honest.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man.
So, all right, because of time, we didn't start on time. So, let's just dive into the business of the day. So, please tell us your name and, tell us what you do. We know you're a realtor. So, just tell us or tell the audience rather your name, anything that you want them to know about you. Just let us know.
Okay, all right. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
My name is
evening.
Talent Wankwo. So, I prefer to call myself Realtor Talent Wankwo. I love the title Realtor Talent. So, my name
Okay.
is Talent Wankwo, and I am a professionally trained real estate consultant with, say, half a decade in the business of real estate. And yes, I am in the business of making dreams come true. So it's not just about selling properties. I am in the business of helping my clients, well meaning Nigerians, to make the best out of their real estate dreams. Help them to get profitable real estate properties, genuine properties, especially genuine properties with my wealth of knowledge and by God's grace, my connection in the industry. I help my clients to make the best decision so that they won't have any need to look out for maybe any other real estate consultant. So I'm looking out for customer satisfaction always. That is basically who I am. I help my clients to get the best out of their real estate dreams, help them to plan their real estate portfolio too. For those who don't know anything about planning real estate portfolios, I help them to plan their real estate portfolios and help them to source and get profitable properties. That's basically what I do.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right. All right. So, how did you come about the name your personal realtor? What? Because you are saying your name is Realtor Talent, and then your stage name now is your personal realtor. So, how did you come about the name your personal? What's the motive behind that name?
Hmm. All right. So, in as much as I'm very much interested in standing out in the industry, trust me, there are a lot of realtors in this industry. Some are professionally trained, some are experienced, and others are just there for their sake. They are just there to make the money. Now,
Yeah.
it was actually this year that I rebranded to be your personal realtor. So I had to rebrand to be your personal realtor after I have experienced a lot of things in the real estate industry. And I've come to understand that real estate is, how you have your personal doctor, you have your personal lawyer, you have your personal assistant, and this is all in your aim is just to have efficiency. You want to have is So people look at it as exclusivity, because people want to get the best out of what they have, right? They want to hide. Hello. So people want to get the best out of their real estate. So I have decided that I want to serve more personally, looking out for my clients' interest, like being more intentional in serving my clients. It's more like a relationship. Real estate is not all about closing a deal and moving on. No. The first person that happened to be my client, the first year I started real estate till today, we don't speak like client and realtor. I call her mama, and she, if you see, we relate like she's my elder sister. That is how we relate. So I have come to understand that I am her personal realtor, so I should serve her, I should look out for her needs. It's a
Yeah.
personal relationship. Her interest first. Your personal doctor looks out for your interests. So when you have anything related to health matters, you look out for your personal doctor.
Yeah,
When you
exactly.
have anything related to your legal issues, your personal lawyer. There is just that lawyer that understands you well enough. And when it comes to issues around your finances, your hard-earned money investing, you should have a personal realtor, for crying out loud. So it's for your safety. So I saw it as there is a need for me to serve as a personal realtor, become more intentional in how I serve my clients. So that's how we came about that.
All right.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
would you say that having a personal realtor
Mm.
is better than going through, or buying from a company that has staffs that have realtors? When you're buying from a company, you don't necessarily know who is handling your portfolio. You don't know who's handling. You just know that you're buying from this particular company. So would you say that having a realtor is better than going through a company?
Oh yes, trust me, it is way better. In fact,
Wow.
it beats it hands down. So let me give you just a little um le- I don't even want to go deep into the part of the experience, but you know that a lot of these developers or development companies, as somebody who have not dealt with them, you don't have any experience with them, you stand a chance of losing your money way easily compared to someone who always interacts with them. As a realtor, I've experienced a lot. Trust me, I have gone. I have had these experiences with very bad real estate consultants. Sorry, very bad real estate developers rather. And
Yeah.
from that, I have come to understand that you need someone who actually is interested in your well-being, right? The development companies, a lot of them are actually just about the business. Trust me, they are just there. Okay, fine. He wants to buy land, bring him. They'll close the deal, and that's it. But your realtor will actually, if you have a personal realtor, your realtor will walk you through and get to know what you need, how which company delivers. Not all companies deliver on their promises. So your personal realtor is looking out for he wants to maintain that relationship. So that your personal realtor, in my case, I will always look out for my relationship with you. Because if I give you a bad property and you trust me to invest in that property and anything goes wrong, I have lost you as a customer. And trust me, there's nothing as sweet as return customer in real estate. Hey, it's so easy. It's so easy. So let me give you an experience. There is this my client. I think he bought two plots of a property, and I was easy to get him to upsell. We call it upsell. I was easy able to upsell him to upgrade into an acre. Why? Because he trusted me, and it was easy for me to just close more of the deal, and I can always close more of that deal. If I want to close more deals, already know some of his real estate investments now, so I can easily go back and sell more. Why? I need that relationship. So yes, I will always recommend have a personal realtor. Make sure there's someone who can guide you, someone who is professionally trained after all. So yeah.
Well, it's I don't know if I should say it's sad. It's sad that this narrative is flying around now because I don't think it's all companies that behave like that. I think there's just
Yes,
some
not all
companies that,
companies.
yeah, there's some companies
Not
that,
all companies.
regardless of, regardless of the amount of clients they have, they bring out time to,
Mm,
to carefully see to the needs of
yes,
these clients.
I agree with you.
and
That's true.
we are part of those companies. We over here,
Yeah.
we are part of this company. Now, no, this is not a case of me trying to sugarcoat or anything, but not every company will be copa.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's true.
that's it. That's it. So now, please tell us what trainings, what experience, because you made mention of you um, you like to stand out among others, yeah. So what trainings, what experience have you undergone to ensure that you are the best in your field? And can you please tell us what factor that you think you possess that is making you to stand out to be the best amongst other realtors?
Mm. Anyways, I in the beginning I said I have been in the business for half a decade. That's like 5 years and counting. Now,
Right.
over these years, by God's grace, I have been able to. I started very like a very total newbie, so I gathered a lot of knowledge from people. Okay, let me start with giving a shout out to REMS Real Estate Millionaires is a real estate marketing company, and when we started, it happened to be that we are all realtors, we are all desirous, and we wanted to get into the business and know more and all that. So yes, by God's grace, I had a lot of these people who were already in the business, and shout out to Red and Executive Madam MFK. By God's grace, I was able to work very closely with Madam. I mean, she was basically she was our president, and she's still the president of REMS. And so I was able to be mentored from the beginning. I'm in the early stage of my real estate journey. So I was able to gain access of the key players in the industry by God's grace. I was able to be mentored by them. So we used to have a lot of trainings then. So growing up and on and on and on over the years, it got to the part where I started, attending professional trainings. By God's grace, as of now, I have about 7 certificates. Certificates for
Wow.
trainings I've attended. I'm not talking about those that the trainings that I attended that have nothing to do with the certificates. There are some trainings that you don't get certificates for. And apart from that, I've been doing a lot of self development in terms of sales and marketing, be it digital marketing, be it sales objections, a whole lot. So I had to go deep into the part of sales and business itself. So to learn how to, really deal with the business part of real estate, aside the legal part, aside the management part and all that. So I've really been doing a lot of, studies online and all that. So as by God's grace, my successes today, by God's grace, have been as a result of God's grace, and yes, the trainings, the knowledge I've been able to gather over time. It has made it more easier for me to be able to scale in the industry, and I'm more confident now. So yes, it's been a whole lot. Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. So, I saw you post,
Thank you.
on your Instagram, where
Yeah.
you said you were telling us a story about a woman that that got a property that was under government acquisition. Yeah. So now I want
Mhm.
to tell us, or tell the audience. First of all, let's ask because you left us the question if we think the woman is being selfish by trying to sell the property, and she's not even trying to compromise her price. Yeah, if she's being
Yeah.
selfish or not, and then I'd like you to walk our audience through how to avoid that kind of situation if they find
Mhm.
themselves in that kind of situation. And for first time investors, how to go about it, how to ensure that they do the right type of due diligence to get to dig
To get the
into.
right properties.
Yeah.
Mm.
So please let us hear
Okay,
it.
so
Let's hear what you have to say.
the woman in question happens to be my direct neighbor. She just lives right opposite like beside my house, and
Okay.
so it's a true life story. Now, personally, I feel that is so selfish. I understand. So when I put up that story, even my brother, my immediate brother, he he reached out on and messaged me. I was like, I've actually gotten feedbacks on that. So people were like, wow, this woman is selfish. So people were like, my other brother was like, but this woman is selfish. However, how is she going to go about, this is a loss. Now this is it. Whenever anyone is buying any property, that is why you actually need professionally trained real estate consultants.
Yeah.
Because when you are buying a property, you need somebody who knows more than you. The reason why we usually ask questions before we make some purchases is because we need more knowledge. The more you know, the more you can avoid more failures and some of these unnecessary issues. So they happen to have bought this area and they didn't know that properties in this area are actually under acquisition. It's not from who they bought it from. They didn't know about it. Now, to avoid such a situation, you must make sure you do your due diligence. Due diligence is actually in phases. It's not just about, okay, let me see the documents. There is physical due diligence. There is the legal part of due diligence. Now, yes, your realtor, if you have a personal realtor, your realtor will help you to cover a lot of all those things. Things like your legal, your fiscal due diligence. Your realtor would have already gone for physical inspection, know whether the property is waterlogged or things like that, all those fiscal, or whether the properties are on a canal, on swamp, all these demolitions you are hearing is just because of all these funny things. People are not doing the right thing. So there are a lot of due diligence. You actually have to do your due diligence on the part of the fiscal due diligence. You need to do your fiscal due diligence before you purchase a property. Go for inspections. You understand? For me personally, I think it's selfish. What she did is selfish. That is the truth about it. She is actually looking at selling that property for, is it 50 million? And imagine someone now spends 50 million to buy that property. I think it's in half a plot of land. So someone gets to spend 50 million to buy that property. And her plan is that when she sells it, she takes the money to her village to now erect a
Buy
structure
yeah, another
on a
land.
safer place and starts living there. I'm a
So what
Christian, no.
exactly what exactly is selfish? She's selling the land for 50 million or she's selling the land
No.
at all?
When you the selfish part is that she's not considering whoever is going to buy that property.
Why? So what do you
Yes.
think should what's the best thing for her to do? Because I need you to let so that the audience will learn, you know.
Yes. Now, for me personally, I understand that in real estate. Now, what I remember in the beginning, I told you about the need to plan your real estate investment. It has to do with your vision, what your dreams are. It is always good to diversify your real estate investments. Real estate is very risky, yes, but when you are investing, make sure you are investing right, and also diversify. Assuming this woman actually owns the other properties in other areas, it won't be so much of an issue for her to let go of this. Yes, because as a matter of fact, if I'm to say, I will always advise my clients diversify, own other properties in other areas. So if this deal goes wrong, you are not guaranteed perfect. Let's just leave that mindset of, oh, it's going to be totally perfect. Sorry, perfection to me, I think, is 99%. That 1%, just leave it to chances, because anything can happen. Anything can just happen. So I feel the best thing a client can do is to make sure they diversify their real estate portfolio investment in different areas. And for that in that way, apart from their due diligence, diversification is another way to avoid this type of thing. And in a situation where they have seen themselves in this type of situation, I think it will be best to simply not resell that property to someone else. You know why? Now, assuming you resell it to somebody else, what if that money the person used to buy that property was possibly, this tight money and maybe borrowed? Maybe there is something else and it causes debt. Yes, it happens. Anything can really happen.
Because it's
And you
heartbreak.
think, oh, fine. Yes, heartbreak, and this person gets to die. Anything can really happen. Anything can really happen. So it is always best to really work with your conscience. Your conscience first. If you think you are smart, what is now the difference between you and Omonile? Mm-hmm. So what's the difference? Omonile will sell a land 3 times, 4 times, and we still Omonile will do wonders. So what's the difference between you and Omonile now? So in this situation, I think the best thing she should do is to use her conscience. And let's also note that this woman is a Christian and she can really quote Bible. She's my neighbor, so I can tell you for real. So I mean, for somebody of such personality, the mind of Christ, don't do it. Don't go on to sell that property to someone else. You already know the problem. Assuming you are the one in that situation, would you want to buy that property? No.
All right.
So yeah.
All right. So now let's talk land size. Yeah. Can you
Mm.
please tell us, or can you walk us through um, the easiest way to measure land by square meter? Because I think you said something like that on your page. So you might want to share a little insights on that. Walk us through the easiest way to measure land by square meters for those who are completely land lost in land.
Measurements.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it this way. So I think a lot of people are conversant with feet, square meters, right? So
Yeah.
these are basically measurements matrix. If I think that's how they work, just like the way you say centimeter, millimeter, all those kind of measurements. Yes. So for people who want to, okay, let's put it this way: in real estate in Lagos, we measure lands by square meters. And you shouldn't panic when you want to buy a property and you are hearing this one is in square meters. It is not. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So what was actually done is that they converted either from feet to square meters, and the conversion is not really such a difficult one. If you go on Google and maybe you so there are some people who know 60 by 100, 60 by 120. When you make those when you do those calculations, it's basically, so the easiest way to know what a 60 by 120 land will be is basically multiply okay, you can basically just do for the easiest one, because if I am going to go on the part of doing the whole maths part where we do the zero point 0.9 whatever, zero, I think it was 0.092 conversion codes, decimals and the likes, a lot of people will actually get lost. So the easiest way to go about it is this: when you have a property that it says 60 by 100 and you want to know what it will be in square meters, simply go and take 60 feet, right? 60 feet, go to Google, type feet to square meters. It will pop up. So you can easily impute 60, right? That's the feet, the feet number, and you impute it. When you convert it, it will give you what it means in square meters. Write it down. The part of the 120 as well, convert it that way, write it down, and just multiply it. Whatever it gives you, multiply it. It will give you what it means in square meters. I think that's the easiest way, because a lot of people are not really interested, are not ready for the maths and all that. So we that are into real estate, we can deal with all that. So the easiest way, when you see a property that is 500 square meters, they okay, for people who want to, a lot of people will ask how many feet is 500 square meters and all that. So there is also a way to go about it, but I don't want to go deep into it because it's a whole lot of math. Before I did that post, I really had to go through, like I did a lot of study, and it's deep. It's quite deep. So but the truth is this: just knowing that 500 square meters is not actually up to a standard one plot. But in Lagos, it is what we have. It is what is obtainable. In certain places, you have 600 square meters. In some places, you still have 650, 900 in Benin. So but in Lagos, it's 500 square meters. That's the standard plot size. So I think I don't want to go too deep, so we don't deviate from the main points we want to
All right. So I
discuss.
think it take some time to answer questions from our audience because I'm seeing like two
Okay.
questions here. Somebody's asking for a rundown of how many square meters can build a four-bedroom bungalow with a car space and a play area. So maybe you should break this down for Ozioma Ugo for her to know and for her to
Okay.
learn.
Nice to hear from you, Mrs. Ozuma or Miss Ozuma. So for someone who wants to build a four-bedroom bungalow with a car space and a playground, now your 300 square meters can actually get you something good, depending on your architect, your engineer, and the planning. Basically, your 300 square meters, it can actually get you something very good. I mean, a very spacious four-bedroom. And when I mean spacious, I don't mean Lekki Phase One spacious. So,
Yeah.
I mean really spacious four-bedroom with a good car space of possibly up to three cars. And depending on how it was managed, you can get a playground for your kids. Depending on how it was managed, 500 square meters will give you something way better. 500 square meters in Lagos is one plot, right? It will, in
Yeah.
fact, if you have a 500 square meters, you are really living very spacious, like in a spacious area, right? So if you can't afford the 500 square meters, which I will always recommend every day, anytime, go for a 300 square meters and you still enjoy it. So I visited a property in VGC Axis. It was actually built on a 300 square meters. Guess what? This property is a duplex, five-bedroom duplex, and trust me, it's very spacious, luxurious. It has a pool, a reasonable pool, and the space that was left is and it's a modern building, a modern building, and the space that was left can still take up to three, four cars. Yes, I'm not exaggerating because I was there. I went there, so it can still take up to three, four cars. It just depends on who planned it, who did the whole thing.
Yeah.
But trust me, 300, 500 is a good one for you.
All right. So this person is saying, please, what are the questions to ask developers before pitching it to a client?
To ask developers, do you
Yes.
mean like a realtor or
I think that's what he means. Away Moses Akaride. I'll be looking at the question
okay,
too, but
questions to ask
I think he's trying
developers
to.
before placing?
I think the person is trying to say, what are the questions to ask a realtor before, you know,
Oh,
or
okay,
do you?
let's
Away Moses,
okay,
you can
let's
hear me. Do you mean like realtor to companies before pitching it to your clients as a realtor, or what? You don't really get that
okay. You know
question.
what? Let me answer from as an experienced realtor. I think the question he's looking at is what are the questions that a realtor is to ask a developer before pitching a product to the
To a
client.
client.
Yes,
Okay,
I think
he
that is
said
what
he
he's trying to
means
say.
as a realtor to developer.
Oh, okay. Realtor, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I even thought of.
Yeah.
So, as a okay, there is a part of your FAQ, right? So your FAQ gives you fair knowledge about the property. Hmm? Your FAQ gives you fair knowledge about the property, and most of the things that the developer will be saying are actually things from the FAQ. However, you want to know what the standard of the estate will be. This is one of the things I learned recently from my experiences in the industry. You want to know the standard of the estate. Let me give you an instance.
Yeah.
You know about Pinnock Estates in Lekki Phase One. You know about um what they call it. Which estate am I going to use now? Okay, there's Pinnock Estate in Lekki Phase One. There's this other estate in Aja. I'm trying to remember the name of that estate. I don't know why it's trying to leave
Oh,
my
yeah,
head. But basic,
estate. I might
sorry.
not know the one you're talking about.
But yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the estate. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that you just need to know the standard of the estate. What stands this estate out? Because it's your selling point. When you meet a client and you tell the client that the property is worth 3 million or thereabouts, the client wants to know what is the 3 million all about. Let's leave the fact that you already know, okay, this property is in a developing area, it's going to be a long-term investment project and all that. Those are things you already know from what you are seeing. But you need to know what the dream of the developer is about that property. You need to know the development schedule as well, right? To know when whatever milestone is coming in, what the plan is. You need to know how their allocation schedule as well. How is the allocation? Is it 3 months? Is it 6 months? Is it every month? Know everything, because these clients will actually be you actually their earpiece. Like, they speak to you, they believe that you should know all these things. They don't even want to. They don't give you chance to go and ask someone else, to go and ask the developer. So you need to know some of these things, right? To know what the plan of the developer is. So if this developer says, okay, this project is on a pre-launch stage, when is the site clearing going to be done? Right? I'm seeing bush, and you expect me to bring a client here. The
Yeah.
primary development, what is the plan?
What
Are
is
we
the
looking
plan?
at the next 2 weeks, the next 1 month? So that when I sell to a client, I can confidently tell the client, look at what is happening in your in the project. One of the projects I sold recently, and my happiness is that when I go to tell the clients, like, even if I'm seeing the client is maybe being difficult or is not relaxed at the moment for any reason, I simply just give them site updates. And the site update is that the site, by God's grace, the developer happens to be somebody who is really committed in the project. So every now and then, work is ongoing, site clearing, fencing ongoing, perimeter fence, a lot was going on. So it was easier for the client to feel more relaxed. So you need to know how the development, how fast paced the development on that site is, will be like, or is at the moment. And one other thing I think is very important, you don't need to ask the developer, but I think you need to actually get to see what the contract of the sale looks like. If you can get a hold of it. Yes. If you can get a hold of the contract of sale for that project, get a hold of it. I am speaking from experience. So I happen to have come to understand that sometimes you need to really see what the contract looks like before your client gets to sign it. I read through my client contract of sale for my client. I will read through before you sign it. I will know what is there to make sure that you are not signing something that will be a problem in the future. Remember, it's a relationship. So read through to know if this contract really will be a good one for your clients. There is a project I'm currently backing off from. The reason why I'm backing off from is not because I did not make sale in that project, but I saw some things that I didn't sit well with me anymore on the contract. I felt like I don't want this. I don't want my client to feel uncomfortable in this way. Not because personally I won't buy the property or whatever, but I will buy it as a business. But some of the things I saw, some of the clauses, I feel like this is too restraining. It's too, I feel like it's too choking for me personally. So because of that, I felt like, oh, no, 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 I can't allow my clients, anybody who is going to buy a property from me, to go and buy this property again. So yeah, make sure you try
So
to,
the,
if you
the
get a hold
contract
of
of
the
sale
contract,
must be available for you. Is that it?
yeah, try it. If you get a hold of the contract of sale, read it through. Make sure you actually get to you feel comfortable with the legal part of it and the rules, some of the rules and regulation as well. It will help you so that when your client is buying, remember, your client is trusting you. So they're expecting you to already look out for their interest. That's why you are their personal realtor. If you are serving as a personal realtor, for me, I am serving as a personal realtor. That's why I'm speaking from my professional view of it. So yes.
All right. All right. So, my next question for you is, how important is the location of a plot in determining how the land can be utilized? For example, now let's say a 200 square meter plot in an urban area, is it more
Mm.
valuable than a 500 square meter plot in a remote location? So, how important is the
Okay, let me answer the question with uh okay, I'll just paint a picture, right? I'll paint a picture.
yeah.
Buying a property in someone buying a property in their village, and a property worth 1.5 million in their village,
Okay.
and someone buying, maybe the person bought two plots of land in their village for 1.5 million, and coming to Lagos to buy 300 square meters for 1.5 million. I don't want to throw the question at you, but I believe you know very much that 300 square meters is way better. Reason is this: location is very important. Where
Yeah.
you buy your property is very important. Trust me. If you own a property, if you own 200 square meters in Lekki Phase 1 today, and you bought it 15 years ago, say you bought 500 square meters 15 years ago in your village and 200 square meters in Lekki Phase 1 15 years ago for the same price, for instance,
Yeah.
and you are looking at the price you are getting for Lekki Phase 1, you yourself will already convince yourself that you will make the mistake of taking of buying that one in your village. So location is very important. The location, the development coming in that area comes up the value of properties. People who bought properties in these Ibejuleki, genuine properties in Ibejuleki, or that area for the international airport, they will tell you how they are happy now. They could have bought, they could have used the money to buy acres in Ikorodu, in Ibadan, in Ekpe, I mean deep inside Ekpe. But the reality is this: the type of things that are coming into that area, the how development will go into that area, is it the same thing compared to this area, this other as is this close to the airport? You know what it means to own a property close to the airport? That is, you have hit jackpot for life. So yes, the location is very important. You need to own a property that is in a prime location. So yeah.
All right. So I need you to take, a minute to just talk to the audience and share with us any products you have. Drop your number. Just basically advertise yourself to the audience. You never can tell, somebody might hit you up later.
Okay, I hope you can still hear me anyways. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So just like I've actually said, my name is Realtor Talent, and I am your personal realtor. I operate as a personal realtor, and my dream is just to make sure that you are safe. Your whole real estate thing, I can help you structure it. So there are a lot of properties I can recommend, and I wouldn't want to give you what you don't need. So how about you give me a call on 09064743453, so I get to know what property you need, what your dream is like. I spoke to a client yesterday, and I was pitching a residential long-term investment property to her. However, what she actually needed was a commercial property. Yes, she actually needed a commercial property because she had a dream to build a school. And the property I was pitching was actually residential and a long-term investment. She needed the mid-term investment property. I got to know about that because we had a conversation. I was more intentional. I needed to know what she wanted, not what I wanted. It's not about what I want, it's about what you need. And that is where we are coming in right now. So I need to know what you need. So give me a call on 090. It's also a WhatsApp enabled number. So I get to know what you need. And it's a tailor-made transaction for you. You get to own what you actually need, something that will help you. 09064743453. So I get to know what you need. I don't want to tell you, oh, I have investment properties, long-term investment, I have mid-term investment properties, I have buy and build properties, I have off-plan projects, I have ready to live in. So whatever you need, let's know what you need actually, so we can start from there. So yeah.
All right, all right. So let's answer this last question before we go. Somebody says, Sir Talent, how do a realtor help a client to confirm a property coordinate? And please, can we reach out to you after the class for mentorship, sir? Yeah, he has already dropped his number. And you can follow him on his Instagram. I think you have to mention that as well.
Yeah, at Realtor Talent. At Realtor
That's
Talent.
real
My
talent
Instagram, you can
on
follow me on
Instagram.
Instagram across
Yeah,
all socials at Realtor Talent. Realtor
yeah,
Talent together.
yeah,
So okay, so let me quickly answer your question. You said,
yeah,
how do a realtor help a client confirm a property coordinates? So if you are dealing with a company, a real estate company, they should provide the coordinates of the property, right? And
yeah,
if you happen to, maybe you want to coordinate yourself, you can go there with your surveyor, for someone who is not tech savvy and is not experienced in the whole thing, I don't want to bother you with the whole thing of okay, download this app and all that. No. I would rather tell you go with your surveyor. Let your surveyor help you to pick coordinates on the property. If the company is not gracious enough to provide you with the coordinates, but I don't see any reason why a company shouldn't help you pick coordinates to give you coordinates of the property. I mean, it's their property, so why not? So yes, and also another way you can actually do it is this. So okay, let me before I go into that. So pick use take a surveyor to pick the coordinates of a property, and on the part of confirming a property coordinates, how can a realtor help what they call it a client confirm the coordinates, right? By confirming it, what I do, which is another strategy, is this: that coordinate, enter it on Google Map. You follow the Google pin, you see where it falls on. If it falls on where you are standing on as a property, that is the exact place. And knowing the coordinate is just for direction. It's for direction sake and for property charting. There are a lot of things we use it to do anyways. But basically, this is one of the easiest way you can go about it. Maybe your client is buying a property that you are not recommending, right? And this
Yeah.
client wants you to confirm it and send a coordinate to you. Just enter that coordinate on Google Map. You will know where the pin is. You can actually start the journey, right? So it can lead you, it can give you direction to the place. When you get to the where the coordinate, the Google pin is showing us the point, right? If it is not exactly what your client sent to you, that means the coordinate is wrong. That means the coordinate is wrong. But that's just, I think, the easiest way. But if you want to go about, maybe you want to chart a property, you want to know how safe a property is, your normal verification. Take your what do they call him? Your surveyor, and he should pick coordinates, and that is to make it easy for you, so you don't go and pick wrong coordinates. So just use your surveyor, he picks your coordinates, and that's it. And you're fine.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Realtor Talent. Somebody said
Thank you so much.
you're good at what you do. I
Oh,
love the vibes.
thank
Indeed,
you,
you're
thank you
still good
so
at
much.
your vibe
Thank you. I'm
on
so happy.
match.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. It was really nice having you here. So please, before you go, can you quickly drop a word for people that are looking to come into real estate, realtors that are already in the real estate journey? Just drop a word or two of encouragement, advice, whatever you have to say from your heart, so that we can call it a wrap for today.
Okay, let me speak from this angle. If
All
you're a
right.
realtor, please, the business is not all about the money. The money will come,
Yeah.
the money will come, but it's not all about the money. See integrity. Integrity will take you to where you can't imagine. Make sure that you are there because you want to make a difference. Yes. You might not understand what I'm saying now, but don't worry. Later in the future you see it. Integrity will take you to where. So imagine you bought a property, you sold a property. Let me speak in real estate terms. You sold a property to a client, and this property is actually um in, a government owned property, and you know very much well, but you after your commission. Don't you think you have actually lost a client? And you know the sweetest thing about real estate is that referral, the chain, the fact that that client will come back again to
Yeah.
buy a property from you, and not just the client. He will now refer you to. You don't know how many friends he has. You don't know how many friends he has. This guy might just be one client, might just be your breakthrough. One client might buy a property of 1 million from you and refer you to people who will buy properties worth 500 and something million from you. You don't know who is who.
Don't know who is who
Yes,
exactly.
you don't know who is you. So when just stop thinking about the money part. Give value first. The money will flow, and give yourself to learning. Just give yourself to learning. The more you know, the more you can actually become, right? The more you know, the more you can actually you can't give what you don't have now. You can't give what you don't have. So the
Yeah.
more experiences you gather in the industry, the more lessons you learn, the more you can easily serve, the more you can actually do better in the industry. The growth will be faster. Recently, I got into a whole new a whole new training. Like I stopped pushing properties and started learning. And some of the issues I used to have, things like follow up, follow all those follow through and all those things. Now it's not a problem. I know what to say. It's just a thing of one question and the conversation starts. Easily the conversation starters have started flowing in me. Why? Because I went back and I started learning how to go about the sales thing. Sales objections, learn these things. Just take your time and learn. Know your and product knowledge, yes. Don't go and say what you don't know. Don't go and say what you don't know. Make sure you have good product knowledge. So when you are speaking confidently. These
Confident.
clients are not fools. Oh. They are looking at, they are listening. Whether it's phone call, whether it's physically, they can read you. They know when you are confident. They know when you are saying the truth. Most of them, anyways, they know when you are saying the truth. So better make sure you are good to go before, because once you flop, you might not have the opportunity to really get that client back. You might not. That client might just block you, and that's it. So just be ready, get yourself ready, and then go into the field and multiply. So
Thank
that's
you
it.
so much. Thank you so much, Realtor Talent. I've
My
really
pleasure.
had an amazing time. I'm sure the audience too must have had a great time. So for those of you that just joining, like I said earlier, this is Wittychat Live, and what we just do here is have conversations with great minds like Realtor Talent. So, for those of you that be wondering to, you be saying, we did not share his story, he did not talk about his story of how he came into real estate. Don't worry. We are going to put that up on our blog. We're going to feature that particular story on our blog. So do well to check out our blog at eoblog.com. So Realtor Talent will talk about that one later. All right. So
That'll be great.
subscribe if you have not. Share this live. Share, like, comment. Drop your comment. If you've come across this video, later on, you can drop your comment, drop your questions. You can even ask that in our. You can even treat that in our next session. Yeah. So thank you so much for talent once again, and
My pleasure.
yeah. So
Thank you
till
so
next
much, ma'am.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you for everyone who joined us. Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So that is it for today's session on Witty Chat Live. I remain your host, Promise Asoma. And until next time, not same time, but next time, next week, I will see you. And I hope by the time I come here next time, we are here in our numbers. You've shared to your friends, you've informed everyone to come here and learn. Thank you so much once again. Bye for now.